What's going on, you guys? Welcome back to EP09. So we're going to start this one off with an update on Mike Sommerfeld. Now, Mike posted this physique update with the caption here that really caused quite an uproar on social media. Mike hinted here at the idea of actually switching to the open division in the 2024 season, and he said here that he has a full year to gain muscle and size. Now, the idea of a competitor like Mike Sommerfeld switching to the open is an interesting conversation. He does have an aesthetically pleasing physique with flowing lines, good presentation. Him and his coach Neil Yoda Hill are really finding the formula to bring him in condition and hit a proper rebound, I might add. And like I said, it is an interesting conversation to consider when it comes to Mike Sommerfeld going to the Open. He's placed top 5 in the Classic Physique Olympia. It was actually 2022 that he did that. And if he was to gain more overall size, could Mike Sommerfeld be, say, a top 10 Olympian in the Open division? Well, unfortunately, we won't be getting an answer to that question in the 2024 season. We do have confirmation from Neil Yoda Hill that Mike will not be switching to the Open. Neil made a quick comment on a most recent post by Who Is the Best BB on Instagram and clearly puts this rumor to bed. And personally, I don't think that Mike should go to the Open. I mean, why would he? He's very close to the top of the Classic Physique division. He just qualified for the 2024 Olympia by winning the Bogota Pro, and he has the whole year to improve, and apparently still has a few pounds that he can gain before he hits his weight cap. And obviously, his overall structure is best suited for Classic Physique, and especially with the whole year to improve, even though he dropped to 8th in the 2023 Olympia, do not be surprised if you see Mike Sommerfeld crack that top 5 again, or in the future, do even better. Alright, next up, sticking with Classic Physique, we have an update here from Stephane Matala at only 2 days out of the Musclecontest Austria, as Stephane is continuing to push his body in a relentless pursuit to step on that Olympia stage. After personal circumstances forced him to skip out on the 2023 Olympia, Stephane and his coach Asan NFC on Instagram have decided to make one last push to try and get that early qualification for the 2024 Olympia. Now, I'm just going to come out and say it, you guys. I think this is a bad idea for Stephane, for a couple of different reasons. First off, most of you will probably remember, Stephane started the first half of the 2023 bodybuilding season by stripping off a staggering 30 plus pounds of muscle tissue through endless cardio sessions and minimal caloric intake in order to make that weight cap. He was successful in qualifying for the 2023 Olympia by winning the Charroux Classic France, but he's going to have to defeat Michael Daboul in Austria to really get that early qualification, which is not only a very difficult task, but I think Stephane defeating Michael Daboul is extremely unlikely. Not only is Michael Daboul looking fantastic right now, I think the stress both physically and mentally over the 2023 season is really going to affect Stephane when it comes to nailing that peak. Now, he does look pretty good in this most recent update. He's got the separation and feathering in the quads, striations in the chest and shoulders, but look, Michael Daboul is honestly just on another level in my opinion. So with the very last IFBB Pro League show of the 2023 season approaching, no matter what the outcome is, Stephane is going to take a well-needed break after this one, whether he wants to or not. Alright, next up, getting back to some open division updates, Michal Krizo is well into his rebound phase at this point, and it's always exciting to see these mass monsters really blow up during the rebound, especially when Krizo hits those arm shots. After the Olympia and the Prague Pro, I don't think there's any question as to who has the biggest arms in bodybuilding right now, and Krizo really had a very successful 2023 season. He brought his best conditioning to date, he brought up his back, and he proved to the world that he really is the real deal. I mean, 7th place at the Olympia for his 2nd Olympia ever, moving up from 12th place in 2022, is really quite an accomplishment. But he does still have some work to do. His back was improved, but I still think there's more work to do there. His posing, I think, was improved as well, but again, he needs to control the poses and control that shaking on stage that we've seen. And I think the midsection control is really the only other consideration for Krizo, which I think all of those things are well within his control to improve. I'm sure he was planning on being qualified early and winning the EVLS Prague Pro, but of course, I mean, there's no shame in coming second to Samson Dauda, and he did have a fantastic fantastic showing. So we will see Krizo compete again in the 2024 season, and I'm sure he won't have any problem getting his Olympia qualification. Alright, last up, Rafael Brandao has officially announced that he is 12 weeks out from the Arnold Classic Ohio, and it looks like he'll be bringing a whole new package to the stage. Rafael looks to have added a substantial amount of size to his physique, which really is the only thing he needed in order to improve. He brings great conditioning, he has fantastic shape and structure, and as long as the midsection doesn't suffer due to the increase in overall mass, I think he'll be very competitive. However, I think he still may need more size to really hang with the big boys out there, because although it wasn't that long ago, the playing field really has changed since Rafael competed in 2022. Although aesthetics are being heavily rewarded in open bodybuilding, that combination of mass with class is really what's being rewarded. And speaking as a competitor who's finished 10th place in the world, if Rafael really wants to improve on that placing, not just by a placing or two, but even higher of a consideration, he may need more size. But the Arnold Classic is definitely a different animal than the Olympia, and we really won't know how his gains are going to translate over to the stage until he really starts to shred down. But you guys let me know in the comments below, do you think that Rafael Brandao has done enough to really start pushing to be in that elite status conversation of open bodybuilding in 2024, or is he going to have to gain some more overall size? Either way, he was an exciting addition to the 2022 Olympia, and I'm sure that he is going to be a very exciting addition to the 2024 Arnold Classic. Anyway, that's it for me in this video, you guys. Thank you for tuning into EP09. Be sure to like and subscribe.